We've talked a lot about shaking and stirring. When do we shake a drink? How do you know when to do that? Well, the simple rule of thumb is if you've got juice, if you've got fruit, if you've got cream, anything that's heavy and needs to be bonded to the spirit, that's going to need some agitation to do so, that's when you shake. So in this case, let's just make a simple sour style cocktail. I'll put a little bit of simple syrup in here, take a nice fresh lime and add some lime juice to this. So I create my sour base of sweet plus sour. Now there's the juice component that I need. So now I know I need to shake. I'll add a little bit of spirit, maybe my 2-1-1 formula of creating a sour. That drink's done except for now it needs a good shake. So get my ice into the mixing glass, and here's what you need to do. Create that seal. So I build in the glass, I add my ice, I take my metal tin, and I create that seal with my Boston shaker so that this is ready to do some good shaking. Now, I always turn it over because I want to make sure that the mixing tin is pointing towards our guests. In case this seal breaks while I'm shaking, I want the mistake to go all over me as opposed to my guests, and then I have to explain to them how I'm paying for their dry cleaning. So, I've created a nice seal. Now, when I actually do the shaking, the key is back and forth. You want to allow the agitation. That back and forth piston motion will allow the drink to get cold, to agitate, to really wake it up. Just like so. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to go up over your head. You don't have to do anything crazy. You just have to create that nice, heavy-duty back and forth shaking motion. Now what you can see is, as I did that, I created a seal. The cold air within this creates a vacuum that wants to keep the glass and the tin together. So what you can see was as I went to break that, I gave it just a nice gentle hit on the side. Do that a couple times, and what you're doing is you allow for a little bit of break in that seal. That gets your cocktail shaker split apart. Then if I'm going to pour it out of my tin, I'll grab my Hawthorne strainer and strain right into my pre-chilled cocktail glass. So if you're going to shake, practice that a few times. Get it down to the point where you look good doing it. Maybe you get fancy if you're feeling it, but the key is give it a hearty shake, bond those ingredients together, wake up the flavors, make great cocktails. We've talked a lot about shaking and stirring. When do we shake a drink? How do you know when to do that? Well, the simple rule of thumb is if you've got juice, if you've got fruit, if you've got cream, anything that's